Today we're at Catherine North Studios here in Hamilton, Ontario. Catherine North Studios is about 18 years old now. We're the largest size space studio in Hamilton. We've worked with the Arkells, the Glorious Sons, Blue Rodeo, Elliott Brood. Today, Iskwé is bringing in a demo. She has lots of rough ideas, some basic song structure. We're going to explore a bunch of sounds and see what we can come up with.
I can hear where I want the dynamics to fit in. I can hear where I want certain sounds. I drafted a very rough skeleton the night before and then came in with a fairly open slate where we had kind of the backbone of the song.
Oh, in the break?
Yeah,
or in the drop? Yeah.
The drop part, yeah.
Yes.
It's humbling to
right
give
there,
your skeleton away, to share that, because it's so bare and it's so underdeveloped. And you're basically like, here is the inside of my brain, totally unmastered, unglamorized, unglitzed up, or anything like that. You're very exposed in that moment.
Oh yeah, that's cool. Well, let's dirty this up. The biggest thing that separates us is the open concept studio. There's no separation between the artist and the engineer and producer. The ideas are right there. You can talk to each other face to face really easy. You know, you're never more than a 180-degree turn in your chair and you're right there having the conversation.
One of the ways that I write is how it was done for this process, where I'll sit down at a keyboard and I'll just start playing with sounds, and I can start to hear the direction, and I'll bring it to somebody else and then have them help me out and go like, okay, this sound, I need it to rattle more, I need this sound to be more whatever. And we work together to create that.
You want it kind of come in and out?
I'm visualizing what it'll look like when we perform it on stage and the instrumentation is there, and like I can see the musicians that I play with. I just had this moment where I was like, I don't want to sing slow jams anymore, right? Like, I want to rock when I'm on stage. So I started having that in mind when I was writing as well.
You have all these things in your head and you just got to get them out somehow. And whatever's around or whatever you think is the closest thing that might make that sound is what you got to reach for. You know, you just have to come up with stuff on the fly, and it's just you and her. There's no other people in the room.
When it's one-on-one, then there's just more room to be bouncing ideas off of each other. And if you're not talking, then it's going to seem like it's all the other person, and that doesn't feel right. You know, it's a natural space to go back and forth. And I think, truthfully, like, over the years, I've just learned to develop confidence in, you know, what I'm hearing and what I'm trying to convey. Also having confidence in the fact that other people are going to share a direction or a similar vision for what we're creating, and or not, and it be okay, and it can turn into other great things, even if it's not what I was originally hearing.
Cool. Let's. So you want to grab that higher one?
Yeah.
Okay.
So I released my first album in October 2013, and I was super green. I wanted to tap into whatever, like, this artistry that I knew was in me, and I needed to find that, right? I needed to find it in myself, and I needed to find it elsewhere, and then I also needed this, like, crash course on the business side of it as well. Clearly it was, you know, a self-discovery over 8 years that took place. So that album, I feel, is a good representation of where I was throughout those entire 8 years. I had spent that time sort of learning the industry, learning my artistry, learning my comfort and my, you know, my spirit and where I was creating from and all of that. On the first record, I had really kind of owned in on that craft, and so now this coming album, I feel like, is a really solid reflection of my spirit in the moment. And then chorus 3 would be, so there'd be it's a much more political record than my first one. A lot of what I talk about are experiences I've had, things that I'm watching in my community, in my culture, kind of across Canada, across the globe, those sorts of things. So that's what this album is about. It's just like this place of frustration where it's like, okay, there's a lot going on here, and it's not in me to walk away from any of it. Once I get fixated on something, it's like I can't let it go. I have this platform now to address these things that I can't let go of. So that's what I'm doing.
away.